Hello, Ed Horrocks here, once more to demonstrate and prove yet another example of NatWest fraudulent abuse of power and trust, as shown here in NatWest Criminality number 4, and proven within the pages of my book, Once Upon a Time in the NatWest. This time I'll be dealing with an additional example of NatWest false accounting, specifically unlawful money laundering by NatWest bank manager A.A. Hamilton. One of several examples of obtaining a pecuniary advantage by deception, which this corrupt and ambitious NatWest employee embarked upon, in order to increase the profits of his NatWest employer at the expense of not only myself, but also at the expense of the British taxpayer. Some years ago, the NatWest Bank demanded repayment of a company overdraft loan of over £15,000. After the demand was sent, branch manager A.A. Hamilton froze the existing NatWest company account which held the overdraft loan debt and created a second account for the day-to-day use of the still trading company. Having received the demand from branch manager Hamilton, the company immediately wrote back agreeing to fully repay the loan at the rate of £80 per week. On behalf of NatWest, branch manager Hamilton accepted this offer, and the company then began to pay the £80 each week to NatWest directly from its newly created account. However, for dishonest and fraudulent reasons which were greatly to the financial benefit of the NatWest Bank, reasons which are fully explained within the pages of my book, branch manager Hamilton failed to carry out the bank's legal obligation to use these weekly payments to actually reduce the £15,000 overdraft debt. Instead, he secretly created a new and bogus account labelled Realised Security, into which he fraudulently deposited the weekly £80 payments which the company, in good faith, paid to NatWest in repayment of its overdraft debt. Hamilton carried out this criminal deception without the knowledge of the debtor company nor the two company founders, one of whom was myself, both of whom had legally co-guaranteed the full repayment of the overdraft debt. As branch manager Hamilton and his NatWest colleagues were fully aware of the illegality of his actions, all knowledge of these illegal financial transactions was, for several years, kept from anyone outside NatWest, including the debtor company itself, both co-guarantors, and even NatWest's own solicitors, while sapped. Hamilton and his NatWest colleagues achieved this dishonest aim by the simple expedient of permanently denying access and all requests for access to all statements of account concerning the repayment of the overdraft debt to anyone other than NatWest employees. In fact, as already described, it was only after the direct intervention of several members of the House of Lords that I was able to gain access to some of the relevant statements of account, and this only after 6 years of trying to oblige NatWest to supply me with information concerning the repayment of the debt which I was legally obliged to guarantee. As fully described and proven within the pages of my book Once Upon a Time in the NatWest, the result of all of this and many other acts of criminal deception by NatWest bank manager Hamilton and his equally dishonest NatWest colleagues, several of whom were most senior in rank, was that I was fraudulently prevented by NatWest from successfully exercising my legal right to recover any of the large sum of money, equivalent today of at least £30,000, which I was obliged to pay towards the eventual full repayment of this company debt. For further information, please go to my website www.hhpublishing.co.uk, where you will see indisputable evidence of numerous examples of NatWest fraudulent and criminal abuse of power and trust, which I describe and prove within the pages of my book Once Upon a Time in the NatWest.